We want you to record today.
Then ask the permission, then I will give. Okay. Now I am going to talk of the education, how it developed in the world arena and how it come to Sri Lankan area. Okay. Uh, Education originally start to train next generation fit into society. Please record your, make note while I'm explaining. In the early societies, education like like this is like a there were no batch level of education. Like batch mean the grade one, grade two, grade three, like that. There were not that kind of a education system. All the multi-age people put into one place and start teaching. That was the original form of education. There are some, even in the Western and Oriental side, the student used to visit teacher's house and stay there and work for the teachers and learned mainly knowledge plus skills. Attitude shaped by the teacher's behavior, teacher's input. Okay. In those days, there were nothing called subjects. Subject came later. That kind of education we label as a education 1.0. All is this education and industry side by side linked. Industrial, with the industrial revolution. Yeah, wait, I will show you the stuff now. You can now better understand.
Technology channel. Today I have come with a new topic, that is industrial revolution.
I'm looking for the easy one to understand. Okay.
Zara's Hour to Watsi sale, where every deal is a celebration from 27th March 8 p.m. till the हेलो एवरीवन, वेलकम बैक टू द चैनल। इस वीडियो में हम लोग बात करने वाले हैं इमर्जिंग टेक्नोलॉजीज फॉर बिजनेस के इंपॉर्टेंट टॉपिक्स और इंपॉर्टेंट क्वेश्चंस की, जो कि हमारा पहला टॉपिक जो रहने वाला है।
That's not the best one.
Good day, everyone. Today we will discuss about the digital revolution of education. Right now?
I'm having better one, but I'm still looking for a easy one to understand. Got it. I'm using a different laptop today. That's the reason of this mix-up. Looking for, I downloaded one video. Okay, this one. Okay, what I want to say is there are evolution of education process with the side by side of the social development, social evolution, earlier societies. We had a farm, like a farming society, hunting era, and blah blah blah, and industrial, mainly based on steam engine, and now we are working with the high education technology. That is how education developed. Okay, early education labeled as, now we are labeling as education 1.0, 1.0 to 4.0. We are having a different evolution of education process. Okay. Now, just watch this side by side, how evolution of education 1.0.
Park Avenue. Long-lasting fragrance. Unshakable confidence.
Porn addiction turns high IQ men into silent underachievers. They're highly intelligent, always told they had so much potential.
Fourth Industrial Revolution, 4IR. Let's first define what technological revolution is. Technological revolution is a period in which one or more technologies is replaced by another technology in a short amount of time. It is an era of accelerated technological progress characterized by new innovations whose rapid application and diffusion cause an abrupt change in society. 1. First Industrial Revolution. The First Industrial Revolution used water and steam power to mechanize production. The First Industrial Revolution, the major shift of technological, socio-economic and cultural conditions in the late 18th century and early 19th century that began in Britain and spread throughout the world. 2. Second Industrial Revolution. The Second Industrial Revolution, 1871 to 1914. The second used electric power to create mass production. The Second Industrial Revolution was another great leap forward in technology and society. New innovations in steel production, petroleum and electricity led to the introduction of public automobiles and airplanes. In this lesson, learn about the key inventions that spurred this revolution. 3. Third Industrial Revolution. The Third Industrial Revolution, the sweeping changes brought about by computing and communication technology, starting from circa 1950 with the creation of the first general-purpose electronic computers. The third used electronics and information technology to automate production. The Third Industrial Revolution, How Lateral Power is Transforming Energy, the Economy, and the World is a book by Jeremy Rifkin published in 2011. The premise of the book is that fundamental economic change occurs when new communication technologies converge with new energy regimes, mainly renewable electricity. Now the Fourth Industrial Revolution, 4IR. Fourth Industrial Revolution is building on the third, the digital revolution that has been occurring since the middle of the last century. It is characterized by a fusion of technologies that is blurring the lines between the physical, digital, and biological spheres. There are three reasons why today's transformations represent not merely a prolongation of the Third Industrial Revolution but rather the arrival of a fourth and distinct one: velocity, scope, and systems impact. The speed of current breakthroughs has no historical precedent. When compared with previous industrial revolutions, the fourth is evolving at an exponential rather than a linear pace. Moreover, it is disrupting almost every industry in every country. And the breadth and depth of these changes herald the transformation of entire systems of production, management, and governance. The Fourth Industrial Revolution, 4IR, characterized by the fusion of the digital, biological, and physical worlds, as well as the growing utilization of new technologies such as artificial intelligence, cloud computing, robotics, 3D printing, the Internet of Things, and advanced wireless technologies, among others, has ushered in a new era of economic disruption with uncertain socio-economic consequences for Africa. However, Africa has been left behind during the past industrial revolutions. The Fourth Industrial Revolution, finally, will change not only what we do but also who we are. It will affect our identity and all the issues associated with it, our sense of privacy, our notions of ownership, our consumption patterns, the time we devote to work and leisure, and how we develop our careers, cultivate our skills, meet people, and nurture relationships. It is already changing.
That explain how this industrial revolution, okay, industrial revolution, industrial 1 to 4. Now, with side by side, when industrial revolution evolution, education also it got an impact on education. The art of teaching, way of teaching, and other many things change side by side along with the industrial revolution. Education one. We'll see now. I will show you very comprehensive document. I'm looking for short one, okay? Since we are having only 8 minutes to go in this. Yeah.
ඔබ දන්නවාද රළු කෙඳි තියෙන ටූත්බ්‍රෂ් නිසා ඔබේ දත්වලට හානි වෙන්න පුළුවන්. ඒ නිසා දන්ත වෛද්‍යවරුන් නිර්දේශ කරන්නේ soft කෙඳි සහිත toothbrush. Soft toothbrush වලට මාරු වෙන්න Sensodyne toothbrush තෝරගන්න.
Million jobs worldwide will be displaced. The COVID-19 pandemic has fast-tracked the adoption of technology in our everyday lives and in education. It has fast-tracked the fourth industrial revolution, the age of automation and artificial intelligence. In the next 5 years, the world of work will change drastically. 85 million jobs worldwide will be displaced.
That 40% of the current workers' core skills are expected to change in the next 5 years. What jobs will be in demand in 2025 and beyond? The top 3 are: first, data analyst.
Our world is constantly changing. As our politics, technology, and societal aspirations evolve, we find ourselves shifting towards ever more open and purpose-driven societies, ones that must confront ethical challenges brought about by new technologies and global climate change. What does the 21st century look like? Let's explore the patterns of past and present to understand our vision for the future. The 19th century was an age of civil wars, colonialism, and imperialism. This was followed by 2 world wars in the 20th century and the restoration of independence for many countries. So far, the 21st century has been characterized by interdependence among nations and a decentralization of power to individuals. In the 19th century, mass production became possible through new inventions and the exploitation of labor. The world's economies and cultures became increasingly connected, which led to globalization becoming a hallmark of the 20th century. Late last century, the internet and new jobs in computers, electronics, and finance spurred the automation of manual tasks and increased access to information. We are now in an age of accelerated technological innovation, global digital communication, a shared economy, and mass migration, with increasing levels of urbanization. Working life has also changed, with the workforce taking on shared decision-making responsibilities in flat and open organizations. Increased social and environmental awareness is shifting business aims from purely profit-driven to purpose-driven. Our relationship with the environment was one of exploitation in the 19th and 20th centuries, tempered by an emerging awareness of the environment and concern over climate change in the latter half of the 20th century. A paradigm shift is now occurring in the 21st century, where the well-being of humanity is recognized as dependent on the well-being of the planet.
Okay, there will be disconnection. Yeah, I'm having all the technical difficulties here. Yeah, give me a 10 minutes break because this monitor going off and coming back. I will fix it. Rejoin in 10 minutes time, which means 9:45. Okay, I catch up with you. I fix all these things and rejoin. Sorry for the mess.